veteran, tip your hat to them, tell them thank you. If you know they were in Vietnam, welcome them home.
An East Tennessee radio station dedicated airtime to Vietnam veterans to honor their service 50 years after the fall of Saigon. More than 58,000 Americans died during that war, many of them drafted by the U.S. government. 10 News reporter Libby Cunningham visited that Newport radio station to find out how they are honoring those who served. Libby?
Robin, I could have spent all day at WLIK in Newport. The station loves its community. That's why they asked 35 veterans when they served, who they served with, and what their favorite song was during that time period, and then they put it on the air.
Thank you for joining us this morning for the 50th anniversary of the fall of Saigon.
Veteran stories floating across the East Tennessee airwaves. WLIK 97.9 FM, 1270 AM, made time to honor those who fought for us in Vietnam as a part of a program that aired on April 30th to commemorate the fall of Saigon. Here's a listen.
To welcome home John Willard. He served in the Marines in the 7th and 26th Marine Regiment. He was in from 1965 and 1967 to 1969. And his favorite song is I Can't Get No Satisfaction by the Rolling Stones.
Rob Watkins, the leader of Veterans in Focus and the commander of the AMVETS Post 75, dreamed up the idea for the program. Watkins says the music aspect allows veterans to look back and think about things other than combat.
When I was in Vietnam, music was the getaway. They had buildings that had little cubicles in that have a turntable and a reel-to-reel player. They had a wonderful selection of music. So you could go in, put on the headphones, and get away from reality.
Veteran Ronald D. Williams lives in Newport. He served in the Navy during the war on the USS Forrestal. He was there when it caught on fire in 1967.
We lost 134 men, and hundreds were hurt. And I was 19-year-old, and the Lord saved me twice that morning. I should have been burned up or blowed up.
He says the music that played on the aircraft carrier represented all of the sailors serving in the war.
Of course, Simon and Garfunkel was pretty popular back then, and the Supremes. On the carrier, you had people from every walk of life, all the way from the East Coast, Maine, and they had a different accent, and they liked different music.
We also want to shout out to the Newport High School students. They helped out with the radio program, too. You heard one of them reading the story about the veteran whose favorite song was by the Rolling Stones. I had a full interview with Ronald Williams about his time on the USS Forrestal, and you can see that on WBIR.com. Robin?
Such a wonderful way to celebrate them. Thanks so much, Libby.